everyone, in this video we are going to look at discrete random variable. So for today we are going to cover subtopic 9.1, which is introduction to random variables, and 9.2 discrete random variables. So here are the learning outcomes. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to know how to identify discrete random variables and how to construct the probability distribution function or table. So what is random variables? So a random variable is a variable whose value, which is a real number, depends on the outcomes of a random experiment. So we can represent the random variable alphabets such as U, X, and Y, and their values using the corresponding small alphabets such as U, X, and Y. So, discrete random variable is actually the exact values and countable value of X. It can be the whole number, whole digit, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. For example, the number of cars, the number of employees, and then the number of complaints. All of these examples can be countable. So it is different from a continuous random variable, which is, for continuous random variable, the value of X is represented as an interval. The time taken by workers, the amount of water, the heights of students. Example 1. A fair coin is tossed 3 times. Determine the random variable X, which represents the number of tails obtained. So, if we wanted to toss the coins 3 times, we have to consider what are the possible outcomes. So, when flipping the coin for the first toss, so this is for the first toss, we have 2 possibilities, either heads or tails. So let's say if we get heads during the first toss, so during the second toss we can get another 2 possibilities, heads or tails. So this is for our second toss. So likewise, if we get a tails during the first toss, so on the second toss we can also get heads or tails. So now, because we were tossed the coin 3 times, so you need to do this one more time. So this is for our third toss. So we can get either heads or tails. Then we will repeat the process for each one. Heads or tails, heads or tails, heads or tails. So now we can notice that we have 8 possible outcomes. So the first outcomes is getting heads and heads. So we can write the sample space as heads, H, 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 and the second outcomes is heads, and tails, H, H, and T. Another one is H, tails, and H, tails, and tails, tails, heads, and heads. And the one is tail, heads, and tails, 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 and tails. And last one is tails, and heads. So in total we got 8 possible outcomes. So let T represent the event getting tails and H represents the event getting heads. So X takes the values of, so what is X? X, which represents the number of tails obtained. So we can get X takes the values of 0, which is none of tails obtained, 1. For example, heads heads and tails, 2 heads, tails and tails, and 3, which is 3 tails obtained. Let's look at example 2. A box containing 3 blue marbles and 4 green marbles. 2 marbles are drawn without replacement. Determine the random variable x, which represents the number of green marbles obtained. So first, let B represent the event getting blue marbles, and then let G represent the event getting green marbles. So here we can list out all the sample space, which is for the first drawn we can get blue marbles, and for the second one you can get blue marble as well, or we can get blue for the first drawn and then green for the second drawn. So for the third possibilities, we can get green marbles for the first drawn and then blue marble for the second drawn, or another possibilities, we can get both greens and green marbles for both drawn. So the number of green marbles or blue marbles B is 0, which is no green marbles found. And then for the second possibilities, which is blue marbles and green marbles, so the number of green marble is 1. Same goes with green marbles. We got green marbles for the first drawn and blue marbles for the second drawn. So the number of green marbles obtained is 1, and if get green marbles and green marbles so the number of green marbles is 2. So x represents the number of green marbles obtained. So x takes the values of 0, 1 and 2.